So those actually were really easy to do. Painted them orange, obviously. Got one drying out here. The other two are on the boat. And since I was painting, oh yeah, I finished these things too. I gotta get the paint off the steel part here. I'll just scrape that off with something later. But yeah, I'm just painting these orange. Not for any particular reason. I had to paint them anyway. I mean, obviously I have to paint where I did the repairs, but you know, there were spots where the paint was rubbed off, so I'm just repainting the whole things. I had orange. I don't know if I'll leave it orange. I can always paint more paint over it if I want to change the color, but yeah, maybe I'll go with orange. I don't know. Either way, I just want to get a bunch of layers of paint on it because that protects the fiberglass. Because pretty much the only thing other than disastrous events that destroys fiberglass is the sun. So if you have bare fiberglass out in the sun, it'll get brittle and start falling apart. But as long as you keep a good layer of paint on it, it just lasts pretty much forever. So, today I want to fix this guy. So there doesn't seem to be any water in here anymore. I mean, I'm sure there's some moisture in here, but whatever. I'm pretty sure the propeller hit this. It's such a sharp cut. Doesn't matter though, either way. I'm gonna sand the area, put some resin on it, and just get some fiberglass across this part. Put enough resin on that I can hopefully sand it smooth. And then, yeah, get this whole mess here taken care of too. See, this part's okay over here, but like from here, yeah, it's definitely kind of cracked. Man, the sun is ablazing again today. Lately it's been either pouring rain or just like punishing sun, which is fine. I mean, whatever. My batteries are full, my water tanks are full. It's uncomfortable outside. Well, it's fine, actually fine under this hat. Anyway, when I was, pelicans are going crazy out here. Okay, when I was painting these guys, I noticed another crack here, which is one of the nice things about painting something is you get to, you know, look at the whole thing. But it was just right here. It wasn't even across here. So I put some fiberglass on there. And I'll finish painting that. And then I also noticed, this explains kind of what happened to the propeller too. Well, I sanded this now so you can't see it as much, but there's a crack right here. Like it was definitely easier to see before I sanded this area. So I have to get a bit of fiberglass on that. And I think that was hit by the propeller of the other boat too, because it was just like a pretty sharp cut. And that's probably what happened to the propeller here. My propeller got hit by their propeller, I'm guessing. It's a nice propeller, man. But yeah, that just sliced right through there. I could almost just fix this, but I'll probably just make a new one. It's a pain in the butt making these. Whatever though. Other than that, the rest of the bottom here looks pretty good. I mean, these are all fine. That's always been like this. Just because when I sanded it smooth, this was a bit of a high spot, so it got down to showing a bit of fiberglass. Whatever. Still little barnacle remnants from ages ago that I never totally got off. And then here, so when I originally made the boat, the bottom of the mold is pretty pointy. So I got like the first layer of fiberglass right into the bottom of the mold, but then the next layer I didn't quite get into all the way at the bottom. So there's kind of like a weak strip along here, and it cracks off. But then, you know, the fiberglass there protects it, so it's not leaking or anything. It's just like yeah, it's there too. So maybe I'll just put some resin in here and kind of fill this in and smooth it out. No structural problems here, just a smoothness issue. You know, it would not be a terrible idea to sand the whole thing and go over it with another layer of resin. I don't know if I'm gonna bother though, because this is a boat I drive up on the beach all the time. It kind of gets beaten up a lot. So I kind of like it to be in a bit of a beaten up state. So I'm not worried about like every little scratch. But yeah, it is like, I don't know, several years, 8 years or something since I did anything to the bottom. So I could definitely clean it up. I've been using my kayaks a lot while this is out of commission. These things have been great, especially like the double kayak. I can put stuff in one and ride in the other, or, you know, I and 4 kids can fit in this. Let's figure out this fiberglass situation. All right, this part's pretty simple. It's just get it sanded to rough it up so the fiberglass will stick. Definitely have to get the paint off. Alright, I think that's fine. Now this one is gonna be a pain in the butt. Because like it would be a lot easier if it was like a gaping hole just right here would be easier than dealing with this long cracked part. So I'm gonna have to put fiberglass over this whole thing and try to keep it smooth and then sand it out so it's still smooth. At least do as good a job as I can. All right, first one, just, God, that's all cracked in there. So weak. All right. The silly thing is like the fiberglass, like the glass fibers themselves are still intact through all this. So if I could fix it from the inside, I could kind of flood this area with resin and make sure it soaks in and it would seal it. But from the outside, I can't really guarantee that. So I'm gonna have to put more fiberglass on the surface. Blah. I do have a special technique for putting fiberglass on smoothly, which is, you know, put a little resin on there, then put some fiberglass on, a bit more resin like normal, and then take a piece of waxed paper, and I have some paper on, I'll just put some wax on it, and then put it over, and then and just kind of press it on with that and smooth it out. And then the wax paper comes off, and then there's less sanding. And I think the best part is it'll help keep the fibers down. Because when I put the fiberglass on, oh man, I can really see the crack now. Anyway, when I put the fiberglass on, if there's nothing pushing it down, the glass fibers, you know, they kind of stand up, makes it real lumpy. And then I have to sand all that off, and I end up sanding off a bunch of fibers, which I want because that's the strength. So if I put the wax paper on, force it all down, press it down nice and tight, then I'll keep the fibers and the strength. Man, look at this right here. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's the worst. That's the worst of it, at least. Here I can feel it more than I can see it. But yeah, right there. You can really see it opening up. All right, I think I got this. Don't want to use a roller on a tiny little thing like this. Make it easier though. Well, let's see how this is going. Come on, come on, come on, keep coming off. That is looking pretty good. Oh, this is not hardened over here, what? I'm gonna have to lay this out in the sun. Let's check on the last repairs over here. This guy's doing great. I even sanded that. Okay. And then this. It still feels a little sticky under there, but pretty solid. I don't know, maybe I'll... It's always nice to let the resin get not sticky before you start sanding it. You'll just sand this part. Just knock it down there. Oh, no, it's not that sticky. I guess I can do it. Yeah, I think that's fine. Well, I'll have to sand off some paper. That's no big deal. And these came out really nice. Still a bit of paper in there. Oh, that's fine.
Off the ground there.
If the paper doesn't come off, it doesn't need to come off.
Ground onto...
What? Oh. Yeah, this one I already sanded pretty well. Yeah, looks great. I wish I didn't even know where the crack was, like right there. Pretty good. This is pretty smooth from the paper being on it, but I think I just need to like smooth out the edges. Well, let's go over the whole thing a little bit. Oh, still gotta do the arms. Hey, thanks for painting those. Those are my kayak molds, that and this piece over here. I've been needing to paint them for a while. So my lovely and talented assistant is here doing that. Well, my son did this one. All right, let's paint these guys. Well, second coat paint these guys. I had to thin my paint today because it was getting so thick. Man, those are looking so slick. It's 2 coats on there. I probably want to do another one, but it'll have to wait till tomorrow. Alright, it's not supposed to rain tonight. It's supposed to be sunny all day tomorrow and for the next day. Okay, should be plenty of time for the paint to do its thing.
It's